Alright guys, TacticalRab here today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. The World Series of Warzone went down last night and it certainly was not without its drama. Many pros not at all happy with the state of the game, and FormaL roasting Doug Censor pretty hard for getting taken down by Scump's teammate Tim the Tapman. Very much intrigued your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you are new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's crack straight on with things. Firstly, this from Pred, who's winning the World Series of Warzone. I got Ziddy low-key. Probably not the greatest prediction in the world, but Zin at the time was pretty confident indeed they might be able to put up some sort of fight. Turns out Warzone pros are pretty good at Warzone actually, but yeah, his method says that is right, but as it turns out, not really going to be the case. Scump eventually goes live for the first time in quite some time because, I mean, like, Scump's been on Method stream recently, right? He's been obviously having a bit of a hiatus after the World Championship and the off-season, all the drama, getting back into business here. His stream went live and then it went offline, and then eventually I think Matty, Craig and the boys managed to get things going again just before things are actually due to go live again. But again, to the World Series of Warzone, there was the trios. They play several drops effectively into the game, and then, you know, they play like a typical game of Warzone. It's a bit of a mess to watch, to be perfectly honest, but it's fun to do every so often. There has been people talking, okay, could they do this more often, right? Like, is there a way to have this kind of coinciding with like CDL stuff? Just because I think one of the more promising things about this is, especially because we're going to Modern Warfare 2, and there's a new Warzone mode, like Warzone 2 or whatever's coming out shortly after the game launches in October. I think Warzone 2 arrived something like the 13th or the 15th of November, right? Only a couple of weeks after. So there's been some good crossover really lately between the CDL guys and the Warzone guys, and it kind of reminds me to some degree of back in the Black Ops, you know, well, not really, it's not like the Black Ops 2 days again, but back in the day, there used to be a lot of like casual kind of YouTubers and stuff that would be really getting involved in the COD scene and the competitive COD scene, and it really helped it blow up to some degree. So the crossover is always good, and I wonder if we could have this a little bit more often. But of course, Doug was getting involved. $600,000 World Series of Warzone tourney. There's the trio side, and then there's kind of the 100k for the winner of the solo Yolo, which went down in a few minutes after. So yeah, Doug was playing with Nero, with T-Dog for the Boston Breach channel, and it didn't end up all that well for him, right? So Doug went in, and Nero actually took down Scump in this, so there was basically a team fight that was going on here between Scump's team, and so it was Scump, Tim the Tapman and Methods up against Nero and the Doug team that we just looked at. So Nero took down Scump, and then Tim actually killed Nero and Doug. Obviously, it was kind of like a two-man fight type thing. Like, Doug, I mean, this is the situation here, as you can see. I'll put it on the big screen for you guys here in a second. But yes, here's Tim the Tapman. Doug kind of shoots him. Tim almost turns on him and then chases him into the room. I think Ziddy maybe broke Doug's arm or something, and then he gets taken down. So, you know, he kind of got double teamed in a way, Doug. It's not like he got ultra fried by one individual. But yeah, that was Doug going down. And then actually Scott went to the gulag, took down Nero, and got his revenge in that sense. So yeah, it was quite the interesting couple of minutes in the, well, especially for the Call of Duty perspective, like for the CDL perspective. So anyway, I'll show a couple of clips here. Firstly, this one on the big screen when Tim was taking down Doug, and even this right from Doug Censor himself. I just died to Tim the Tapman. I'm officially retired from Call of Duty. Peace out. So obviously, Doug is never going to retire from COD. He believes he's still got what it takes to make it in the CDL. But yeah, dying to Tim the Tapman was not on his bucket list for the day, and eventually he goes down.
On me, wait, no! No!
Down one, I down one.
Okay, oh my god, it's my teammate.
Swinging.
Reloading, flash. Tim, where is he? No? No, one shot. I'm really weak, hold on.
Wait, I'm in Goose.
One more, T-Dog.
I'm trying to reload my hang on.
Hold that Nero, I got you back.
Tim, follow me up. Wait,
I'm landing back, I'm coming back.
Yeah, Seth, he's out around here.
Maybe, Scump, give us a ping, maybe? Can you tell FormaL that I gunned Doug, though? Is he still there?
Yo, Matt. Tim wanted me to tell you that he killed Doug. Huh? He said he's not surprised.
And I just had to share that clip as well of when, you know, FormaL was kind of, well, Scump was in the headquarters or wherever he is here, and he was asking FormaL, like, you know, what do you think about Doug dying in this way in the, well, to Tim the Tapman? And FormaL was like, yeah, not surprised at all, because those guys have had their back and forth over the years, and I thought that was pretty entertaining. So anyway, Scump goes into the gulag. He manages to win his gulag and make it back into the game. But yeah, over all the games and all the drops that they do in these trios, it's pretty difficult to maintain like a good level of performance. Like, I thought all the CDL guys were struggling fairly fairly hard, which does in fairness make sense, because if you don't play a lot of Warzone, like, you know, what the meta is, what the guns are, what the rotations are, this type of stuff, like all the trucks that you're getting in, just driving around in a car the entire time, that was certainly a thing in the solos we'll see in a second, and Dashy was most certainly commenting on that one, and even there were some problems with the game. So FIFA Kill, thankfully for him, his game or his day got slightly better, but yeah, there's some sort of dev error issue which can happen, where you get like, what, 120 people in the lobby, and you're all going to spawn in and drop down, like, you know, some people's games are just going to break. That's just how it is. Now, apparently, if this was happening to people, they were like, well, we can't really do anything about it. We're on a tight schedule here. We're not going to restart the entire lobby just because a couple of people lagged out. So FIFA Kills, you know, and that's the thing, if you lose one of these drops that they did, like, that's a lot of points you lose, right? So FIFA Kill, that happened to him, and then even Aiden says, just dev errored before anyone even jumped out of the plane in the 300k World Series of Warzone, while in 4th place. They aren't going to restart the game, just Warzone things. So yeah, this is honestly kind of incredible, right? A lot of the traditional Warzone guys, I hadn't really heard of this issue, but it kind of reminds me of the scan and repair that was, you know, plaguing the CDL scene for quite some time, especially back in Cold War. It is just pretty incredible to me that there's, what, $300,000 on the line for this, I guess 300k on the line for the solo Yolos or whatever, and just at any moment, your game could just crash and go wrong, and, you know, there's no competitive integrity. It's unlucky that was how it was at the end of the day, and all that money is not going to go into your pocket, right? So kind of incredible that actually one of the prerequisites to winning these type of tournaments is that for your game not to just break, because if it does, unlucky, that's it for you. So I mean, yeah, kind of incredible that this is actually how it went down, and it's not just the actual issues with the game itself that were problematic, and you can't imagine that, given the fact that Warzone has been out for quite some time, like, you think that when Warzone 2 arrives, these issues aren't going to get any better, right? You'd think that there'd be even more bugs with those games when they first launch in a couple of months' time, so we'll see about that one. But there's also many issues with the actual game itself, right? This kind of, well, these airstrikes, precision airstrikes, we'll see in a second, absolutely mind-blowing to me. But we'll kind of finish off the trios first of all. So Super Evan almost went clutch. Like, this guy, honestly, ever since watching this guy back in the day, he's still absolutely cracked. He almost won it, but in the end, they just fell short in second place, Super Evan, Biffle, and the boys. And yeah, of course, Biffle, after all the talking point about Biffle versus the CDL guys the last couple of weeks, they placed second in the end of the 300k World Series of Warzone. Lots of viewers here, understandably so. And it's Skull facing this team that win this one. I believe there wasn't any, like, CDL guys or current CDL guys in the top 20, but we've got the likes of Tommy here as well, and obviously Rated wasn't too far off the pace. In fairness, in the solos, his time could have got a lot better, but unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. It's like, yeah, this was the final pricing in the trio side. Then we get into the solo YOLO, right? So they drop in, like, someone's going to win the entire thing and win the 100k for the top prize, and actually Aiden versus Nero was potentially a new 1v1 we can have, right? So Nero Poison, of course, currently and will continue to be, we understand, on the Boston Breach for next season. It was having a good time up against Aiden. Aiden took him down seemingly here, but I mean, yeah, as Nero says, he's got that Riot Shield cheese. So this was one of the things last year, right, is that the Riot Shields were becoming increasingly prevalent, and this is a bit of a problem with the state of the game seemingly right now, is that Riot Shields are everywhere, and also, like, everyone just drives around in the cars, like, in the trucks. I really just don't understand, like, well, I get this is meta, right, because at the end of the day, you're going into the final circle, and no one wants to take any risk, and no one wants to die, but all everyone's doing is just driving around in their car, waiting, like, and hoping the circle favors them. Like, this is a pretty funny clip here, right, where they're looking at people driving around, and then Maven and Merc are like, yeah, can we just look at someone else here, because there's not really much going on. They changed to Scump, and he's also just driving around, because it's the most viable strategy, but it's like, you know, surely this isn't the ideal state of Battle Royale gameplay, but, you know, maybe that is exactly how it is. So, I mean, yeah, out for a scenic drive, these boys are just trying to stay alive, get a couple of kills, get into a truck, and call it a day. And, I mean, yeah, Scump was doing it again. This is kind of reminiscent of what happened last year in the solo YOLO, or whatever they call it, which is where he had the pistol, right, the 3-round burst pistol. This time around, a similar story. He's got some Riot Shield guy in here. Scump goes in the window, takes this guy down. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty traditional stuff from Scump. Similar to what he did last year, of course, but I mean, yeah, the Riot Shield truck meta, I guess, is just too strong at the end of the day. Scump eventually goes down, and yeah, it doesn't work out for him this time. He doesn't quite get the back-to-back. I'll show a couple of clips here, maybe for you guys either now or at the end of the video. But this one I thought was absolutely incredible. So this is rated like former CWL, obviously well known for that, and also CDL. He was briefly on the London Royal Ravens. And like, I mean, he absolutely can't believe it right here. This is just mind-blowing stuff. He places 18th, and honestly, like, he could have been in with a great shout of actually doing something here, but instead he gets a kill, goes inside, and just gets killed by what is effectively a kill streak. Like, he's well inside the map here, and like, he's literally inside a building, and the airstrike just comes in and just shoots him straight through the wall, and he dies guys, and that's GG. Like, I mean, look at this. You'd have thought this building would have been impenetrable. I just, like, what honestly is this game? Like, how is this competitive at all? I just no idea what's going on here. And even as Dashy goes on to say, like, when did Warzone turn into a GTA roleplay with all these whips flying around? So, like, this was some of the images that were coming around it, and Dashy obviously is kind of roasting the state of the game, and maybe understandably so, because a bit of a mess to watch, to be honest. And you've got stuff like this going on. So this, you know, Call of Duty Forza 5, as that meme CDL says. Like, I mean, look at all these cars. Everyone who was alive, and of course, you know, Rated was trying to survive in that building without a car. If he was in one, maybe he survives, who knows? But everyone's got their car. They're all rocking up to the final circle, just trying to stay alive, and like, you know, just effectively waiting for that circle to close in, and hopefully everything works out in their favor. So, like, honestly, it's a bit of a mess. I guess it's rather entertaining in some way, but you've got to give the credit that really, like, you know, the competitive integrity is maybe not the highest in a game like this. There even was some further drama actually from Blast here. So I believe Blast was the guy who called in that precision airstrike that took down Rated. So, like, what is going on there? But anyway, he was saying, you know, run me over to lose aim assist. He's talking trash at this guy Pieman. So apparently Pieman ran him over with his car, and then, like, I don't know, maybe Pieman, like, then died or something. So then saying, like, karma came back to bite him, or whatever the case is. But thought this is pretty funny just to mention, especially because Blast is looking to make the return to next season's challenges. I believe he said that him and Decimate are going to be once again a team of two going into next year's challenges, so at least that's one to keep your eyes on. But yeah, he's been a kind of player for the Rokkr, right, for the Minnesota Rokkr, content creator for them, and he's getting involved in all the drama of the day. But in the end, FIFA kill after the drama we saw earlier in the day, where his game crashed and had an issue like Aiden, and he ends up, of course, losing the situation in the trios. Then he actually goes on to win the entirety of the solo YOLOs, right? So, I mean, yeah, impressive stuff. There was some reaction to this, of course. This guy, like, it's pretty funny in a way, because this guy is British, I'm pretty sure. Like, I guess he moved over from the UK, and yeah, still he wins the North American trios, or wins the North American solo, right? So yeah, pretty impressive stuff. But I mean, yeah, look at this. We get out the car, we get the final kill. It's just absolutely vintage stuff. But I'll share a couple of clips here, maybe especially from Scump reacting to this one.
Oh my god, that's a person. No! There was another guy on the other wall. Oh, there was another guy on that wall. Man.
Did you die?
Dude, I just did. I got sandwiched between two riot shielders, dude.
Dude, I think Zin's still in.
Zin just died. No, man.
You just unmuted and said this game.
Dude, I got sandwiched between two riot shielders.
Nah.
Well, I have been.
God damn it, man.
Aiden's probably gonna win.
Wait, dude, I actually thought I might have. Dude, I was making some plays, bro.
Dude,
I stole someone's car.
Wait, was it
How
you?
many kills you have, Scumpy?
I only had 2.
I had 2 as well.
I was ratting it up, so I had a car, and then someone beamed it. It got weak, so I killed someone out of their car and took theirs. Oh, who won?
Dude,
FIFA kill.
FIFA
FIFA kill win.
Yo!
66 kill win from him earlier. Dude, that's the kid that won my.
Wait, who just won? Who just won?
FIFA.
FIFA?
kill.
Okay. Wow, bro, that was
my
big
God.
seed.
He won my fucking $150,000 kill race tournament too. That kid's a demon.
Wow, he needs to.
Almost did that. Damn. I was pulling for swag by the end of that.
Yeah, I was pulling for swag too. I'm not gonna lie.
That was some cheese gameplay.
That
man.
was some cheese.
Oh, dude, a bunch of people died before me. Nice.
What do you guys think about these tournaments, right? I do like the kind of the interaction that it does create between some of the Warzone guys and the CDL guys, and getting them involved, and the mix of the personalities that you get. I wish the game was a bit better than it is, to be honest, right? I think it'd be nice if there was some element of competitive integrity in a way. Like, I guess I understand the reason why the trucks are there and all this type of stuff, but I understand the reason why you got the cars in the game and stuff like this. But at the end of the day, I thought last year's one, I guess last year there was the riot shields and it was a bit dodgy, but it felt like it was a little bit more like, you know, there was a little bit less cheese going on last year than there was this time around. But look, I don't know if they should do this every month. I don't think that should be the case, right? I'd like to get this maybe going on more often per year, like to make sure that during the CDL season, like people stay interacting with both. And of course, one of the big questions would be there is whether the CDL guys can actually play this, just because is the game designed in the same way? Is the engine the same? These type of questions. We can imagine that will be the case in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 coming out relatively soon. But very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new as always. Take care, and I'll see you next time.